Welcome to CypherBeastT.V. I'm your host, Tony for 7 from Portland, Oregon. Today, from the first episode of 2025, we got a legend, a creative. We got no other than B-Boy D-trix. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, dude. Thank you for getting on the show. Dude, I definitely want to get into some of your mindset, into what helped you pave the way as a dancer, from a b-boy, from the humble beginnings. I definitely want to see when did you first started breaking or dancing? Was that
Yeah,
back in high school days or before that?
yeah. It was. I started breaking on February 28th, 1999. So I was in eighth
Specific
grade,
dates.
and
Perfect.
it was. It's a specific date because it was a Valentine's Day dance,
Oh,
and there was this chick named Holly Lackey, and she was like that girl for my millennials. She was like the Kelly Kapowski of eighth grade,
okay.
right? And I went to the boys' bathroom to practice a freeze that I saw someone do, like at a local event. And I was just imagine a baby freeze on the boys' bathroom floor. Like I was trying shit, my face was just smashed against probably a little mix of foot and piss. And then I went out to the middle circle, and it was my moment. And I hit that freeze, and I just remember a gratuitous amount of people laughing, and Holly Lackey leaving the event shortly after. So that's where it all started for me.
Oh, dude, that's tight. But before, you didn't have any. Did you practice beforehand, or you just kind of saw it and just hit that move?
Yeah, the I remember the first person I saw live in person was actually B-Boy Kareem. At the time, his name was B-Boy Muscles. He doesn't want anybody to know that. But yeah, just imagine like walking into a roller skating ring, again, 99, and in the corner you see this buff ass girl with long ass voluptuous hair doing the craziest head spins, like stop and goes, right? But with like no hands and just doing them for hell long. And then she gets up
Okay.
and it's B-Boy Kareem.
Oh, snaps! No way.
And I think that was the beginning stages of us like not connecting well. But yeah, he was the biggest inspiration when I first started breaking, and that started my entire dance career.
Wow, that's tight. That's funny that you said muscles because I seen him back in 2006. He was staying here in Portland, Oregon for some time. He used to go to jams and stuff. And I started right at 2006, and one of the first jams I entered. He entered. Obviously, he won 1v1, and he was pretty bigger at that time. It's funny
Yeah.
how you said muscles compared to now. He
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was. I mean,
right.
he's always been pretty solid and really healthy and really buff as fuck. I think you got the version of Cream too. Did he still have hair? Did he still have hair at the time?
I think he had a little bit longer hair for
Yeah,
most
it
of
was
it. Yeah, it
voluptuous. It
wasn't
was
shaved though,
literally
but yeah.
everywhere he walked was like a Head and Shoulders commercial. It was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I remember Cream living out there too. Portland. Didn't you guys have Ashes to Ashes?
Yeah. One of the homies I know that from Move Patrol crew, he threw ashes to ashes. Yeah, I think it was 2 of them or 3 of them he had.
If that's the case, if you
So
remember in 2006, I battled at Ashes to the Ashes with
okay.
Flexible Flav. I used to be in
Oh,
Flexible Flav and Zulu Kings before I got into Rock Force or Quest Crew. Shout out to Quest Crew as well.
oh, for sure, dude.
But yeah, that was the first cruise I was in when I first started.
Oh, dope. Speaking of ashes, I think my first one I attended is when they had the Seven to Smoke, when they had Rocks, right? Lilu, Ronnie,
Machine.
yeah, Machine. It was crazy, like
Yeah,
And I just
yeah.
started, and I didn't know who they were till later down the road. I'm like, holy, they got some fire lineup during
Oh,
that
dude,
time.
that jam was my favorite jam because I remember it was like it was a like almost like a gymnasium at like a high school or college, right? And there's like a
Right?
bunch of
Yeah.
people from the public there, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Ashes. I forgot the dude who threw it. It's almost like a his name is like a leaf or like a tree or something. It sound it's definitely Vietnamese.
Yeah. It was,
I forgot his
Lee
name.
Huang, the Pham brothers, Hugh Huang. I think he goes by Computer Pham, but he might have had a different name beforehand. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
great dude though, and great jam. But shouts to Portland, man. I love Portland. You guys got dope ass b-boys out there and great dancers out there. So yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what brings up to the whole podcast. Me trying to generate this as me coming from Portland. I want to help the scene and the community and just kind of connect with people outside of the Northwest. Just connecting with worldwide, where like people are doing things here, doing in California, East Coast, and basically all around where people are doing so many great things. And how do I tap into, inspire others, not just me, but the general audience as well, and for them to be the next whatever they are, and hopefully this brings some sort of knowledge in their mind where they can do it, you know.
Yeah, hopefully there's some answers in here that are worth listening to and can get some energy moving. So I'm here for it.
Dope, man. Cool, man. Going to the b-boying, into the industry field, what influenced you to do like compete in like So You Think You Can Dance?
Yeah, I mean, as lame and cliche as it is, the title enough was like,
Yeah.
I really believed it was beyond just breaking for me. Like I thought, like one, I just thought b-boys were authentic hip hop dancers at the time, which they are, right? And then that they were the ultimate dancer. I just thought b-boys were so cool, and I thought I could do a great job in representing our hip hop community and our culture. So by doing the other styles and kind of just having that humility and kind of going for it and showing that b-boys are more than just b-boys, like we can dance, right? So in 2000, so I started in 99. In 2005, I started training 2000 for So You Can Dance. And it was about a year and a half. In 2007, March 22nd, 2007 was the first audition for me. And it was season 3 of So You Can Dance. And like 3 months before, I had realized I was training so much of my breaking shit that I didn't really train at choreo, let alone know how to spell the damn word. So I'm from Sacramento, so Jabberwockies are originally from Sacramento, and I was really cool with the originators, Joe and Phil of Jabberwocky. So I went into the studio late night. I had 3 months, Tony, before the audition to figure out how to count to fucking 8 and learn how to do these steps, right? So I just like had a lot of humility and pleaded if they could help me out and just teach me the basics. And they taught me the philosophy of a Jabberwocky within 3 months. And I think if I didn't have that going into So You Can Dance, I wouldn't not have made it as far as I did. I didn't win, but I did get in the top 8, which was pretty big for myself, and it kind of launched my career and basically started paying off my bills and kind of set everything, and which then introduced me to Quest Crew at the same time, getting ready for ABDC. So yeah, it was So You Can Dance. I pretty much went out for it because at that time, as you know, there was no way to make money for a b-boy. And you could, right? You could do music videos. Shout outs to someone like Flowmaster and Crumbs, but and many others of that generation. But even then, it wasn't enough to pay the bills, right? So I was just looking for opportunity to be seen and to build value. And so I thought that was the best opportunity for those that aren't familiar. So You Can Dance back in the day was similar to American Idol. They were averaging 30 million viewers a week. Right, so it's like to be seen on those platforms, like TV was the thing, to the juxtapose of today. It's very much the opposite. But yeah. So I just wanted to eat, bro. That's like the ultimate answer. I needed to eat something beyond 7-Eleven food and pay my bills. So that was the opportunity to do it, and thankfully it all worked out.
Damn, that's sick. That's sick. You know, a lot of experience and knowledge through what you have going through those journey, right? Which is super dope. And you know, you mentioned to eat. You know, it's definitely a tough way to break or be a b-boy dancer full time. You got to find different gigs, different opportunities, different job sets to do that. You're almost like a entrepreneur, find the next thing and the next thing versus like, you know, typical W-2. But you know, there's people that do both as well. So, dude, definitely inspiration by you. Hell yeah, dude. So you mentioned Quest Crew, and then winning season 3, winning that, and
America's Best Dance Crew, yeah.
Best Dance Crew, yeah. You know, and I'm 37, so I think you're, what age are you?
I'm 39.
39. Okay, so
Yeah, just a couple of years above, dude. Yeah, so like I said before, on So You Can Dance, I met Ryan May and Hawk, who were also the originators of Quest Crew, and at the same time, we developed relationships with these producers who ended up becoming the executive producers for America's Best Dance Crew on MTV. So getting into that, similar to So You Can Dance, I didn't say this earlier, but I didn't just train. Like I gave up everything. I gave up every job that didn't have to do with dance. and I trained full time. At the same time, I lived in my parents' like trailer in the backyard, living off of no fumes, and so I gave up everything for this plan A, right? So reaching that, you know, after studying in dance, I met up with Hawk and Ryan, like I said, and we decided to spend a year and a half, Tony, training every day, 10 hours a day for this opportunity on this dance show, right? And like you said before, it ended up working out in 2009, season 3 of America's Best Dance Crew, Quest Crew. We ended up becoming the winners of that show, which then took my career and also my brother's Quest Crew to the next level, which is ironic because like Studying in Dance introduced me to Hawk and Ryan for Quest Crew, and then ABDC introduced me to a gentleman named Ryan Higa, who at the time was the #1 most subscribed, and that's how my YouTube career ended up developing in 2010, which then put me into a whole new atmosphere of work, creative ability, and just another dimension of being able to, add value to my life and add value to others' lives. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't want to go too far ahead into it, but yeah, so it's kind of like one thing led to another. So, yeah, I mean, I got really lucky, I feel like, with all of those things, but that was season 3 of America's Best Dance Crew. Was definitely a game changer and a life changer for myself and my brother's Quest Crew.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I love it. Love that. And then, you know, I definitely do want to tap into, you mentioned the YouTube, to Ryan Higa. He's definitely OG back in, you know, YouTube times and before, like, it really exploded to what it is now. But, dude, it's fire. And some of your content on your YouTube, too. I used to watch some of it, and I was like, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. You had a few niches in there, which is super dope, dude. Like the creativity with it was on, like, it was so cool. It was very pop culture and mix of like life stuff. I think you had like a video where it shows like a loading sign, and like you made fun of like it's loading, but it's not loading, right? It's still the video.
Super meta, very meta comedy.
No, it's tight, dude. It's tight. And for the viewers that haven't seen it, dude, check it out. It's like, yeah, it's really cool stuff, and one of my favorites. One really pop was really cool. The creative, I forget what video it was, but you had text, white text, and like you threw a black jacket over it, and then you threw the text, right? And I was like, oh, dude, that's like so creative as a video editor, because like, you know, using two dimensions, built it together, and like,
yeah, I mean, you know, as a video editor, like especially when my whole life is built off of comedy. Like comedy is the genre of my life first, more than anything. And I just like when I started learning how to edit, I was like, there's so many stupid jokes that only editors would get. And I'm very grateful that you love out of all the jokes, the white text over the white shirt. I needed a black shirt to show you what I was saying in my text. So, you know, to the very small percentage of editors out there, that one's for you.
Dope. Heck yeah, man. Man. Well, yeah, you said the comedic, like, was it just all this built up creative in your mindset that you grew and just wanted to bring out and showcase it through video form and through comedy and through video?
Yeah, I mean, it was I say that comedy is my main genre even before dance, because I think, well, we get into dancing initially to make people feel something, right? I mean, to make people go, oh shit, that was tight. And I think there was something with like being too cool that I always thought was whack as fuck. So I thought comedy was a great way to self-deprecate, even if you're really good at a certain craft, right? So the cool thing about YouTube getting into that is at the same time, in 2010, we started to see a shift of like television viewership going down, online viewership going up. And I think it was cool because when I got into YouTube, it gave me the ability to upload and press when I want to go live to my audience instead of, you know, waiting on a TV show to give me that opportunity. Now, I never left TV. I ended up, you know, judging ABDC and judging Studying in Dance. But YouTube and content from 2010, 2011 has always been the main force, mainly because I needed to create. Like, again, whether it was dance or YouTube content, I ended up directing music videos and choreographing into film and stuff too. But I always felt like this is the opportunity right here, what we're doing right now, which is our ability to give people something via online and not be and be our own boss, right? So I think it's like yeah, everything I've ever done, I do feel like comedy is the sole genre, and craft has just gave me the ability to create something, create stories for other people, and add value. I keep bringing up the word add value because I think if any dancers watching this or any b-boys, oftentimes it's like we believe that the skill building up is what adds value. Skill, that is correct, but that is just a gateway to give information to people, to a gratuitous amount of people, so you can build b-boy skill, but you're going to reach that b-boy percentage of audience, which, to be honest, you can't make a complete living off that, right? You can, you know, make noise, which is great, but really I build craft to then explain messages to the people that don't give a fuck or shit about dance. I care about 8 billion people, Tony. So I use craft as a gateway, whether it's comedy or dance, to share stories and messages that reaches people outside of the people that just love the craft. Does that make sense? And so that adds value. And I think if dancers and b-boys understood that your craft is important, but it's only there to share messages and reach and help 8 billion people, well, then if you have 8 billion people listening, that's a value, right? That adds value. And then you start to receive, that's when the other three-dimensional shit like money comes in, and you're able to take care of those things. So I think building my career, and which I'm still doing, I'm still just creating, it was never really for the money. It was always for the same idea of making people feel good. But I didn't want just the people that love dance or the people that just love comedy. I wanted my aunts, cousins, nephews, former roommate to watch something that doesn't care about me or the craft that I'm doing, but to use that craft as a gateway to reach them internally, to help them understand themselves on a deeper level. And it just so happens that when you start to use your craft as a gateway and to help people, you build numbers, you build you build those things naturally. And honestly, the only reason for that is just to give it out again. So
Yeah.
I'm rambling on and on, but I felt like that needs to be said because I keep saying the word value, and adding value to a gratuitous amount of people's lives will give you the ability to receive an income to basically give it back out again to help the world.
Dude, that's mad fire, mad dope. That's one thing, you know, I want to build within in the storytelling, right? Add value, and hopefully values other people that are listening, and they can use that craft, what they learn, the messages and from others, you know, to do something bigger than what it is. Like you mentioned, you know, there's so much we can do with the dance, the breaking, the competitions and all that. But eventually we have to kind of get outside of that box and figure out a way to either figure a way to do it sustainable where you want to keep doing your passion and grow from there, and just got to find another outlet to help.
Yeah, or just to use it so you're able to continue to battle and you're able to continue to hit the ciphers, you know, because I think to me, that's where life lives, is in that circle. Like, to me, that's where like freedom rings. So the more you're able to be a part of that circle, you got to do whatever you can to get there, right? So whether you have another job or you're whatever it is, it's so important to do that, because I don't know, I just feel like when you hit a cipher and you really black out, you know what that's like. Like when like it does. I mean, it happens to a rare amount, and even for me, it happened a rare amount because I didn't understand breaking initially. But when you tap out and you start to experience blackouts and parts of yourself that you didn't know existed, that's so important for yourself and everybody in the cipher and everybody in the world. So I think like whatever you can do to get there and continue it, because I think it's so powerful. Thus adding value outside of the circle to create those opportunities for yourself and, more importantly, others.
Dang. Dude, that's tight. That's so dope. One thing we keeps ringing a bell when we kept saying add value. So I saw a video. I forget what year it was, but it was, I think you helped choreograph the lab for I think it was a World of Dance competition.
Yeah, NBC World of Dance Season 2 in 2018, I think. Yeah.
Something, yeah. I saw a video, and I thought it was, like, super dope that, like, I think the storytelling was, like, you helped them choreography it, but you didn't want just the funding of it, but you want them to work hard and really want this and work hard and, you know, train for that, right? And so that might have been, you said 2018. I saw that. I was like, dude, that's it, like hit me to not in like a weird way, but you know, like hit my heart, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so dope.
You're talking. I think it's the YouTube video I made. It was like the lab won $1 million or something like that, and it was so when I initially went on to that, at the time before I said yes to it, because I wasn't originally on it. They invited me to come on and choreograph, like after a couple weeks after the season already started, and at the time, so for me, just imagine like you're making YouTube content for 8 years straight, every single day. You did everything you could possibly think of, you know, from creativity to selling series, like for multiple millions, right? Not multiple millions, but it was only like 1.2, but that's like a lot for anybody. But it's like you did everything, you added value, your bank account's great, everything's cool, but you still feel empty. I took on the lab, and like you said, I didn't take any of the money that we were going to win. And that was my promise to them. I promised that they would win internally, more importantly, but externally as well, if they gave their best selves. And I didn't want to take this on because we came from an era where we created our own stuff for us, and we went on these shows and did it with our voice, right? So I'm choreographing for these young people, and it's not their voice per se, right? They're not creating themselves. So it's like imagining us going against the group and their creator is someone is someone else, right? So I felt like I wanted to help them discover that within themselves, and that was the best way to do it, was go in there, help them understand themselves, and give them all the credit that they deserve, because I'm choreographing it, I'm creating it, but it's still they're the best ingredients to deliver that type of meal. So that was the agreement, and I got to work with 15 of the best dancers I thought to be at the time. These young kids that were just like throwing anything thrown at them, and at the same time, like I told them at that time, we're just making and telling stories to help 8 billion people. And you know, I think if we win externally, that's extra, but internally, you're gonna feel like a winner when you do these messages. So yeah, it was a great time, man. I kind of pulled back now. I wish I would have took like half. $500,000. That's good. You know, you tax that. That's $300,000. That's 600,000 tacos at Jack in the Box. Well, back in the '90s when it was 99 cents for two. But yeah.
Right. That's tight. Yeah, dude, that's dope, dude. Dude, that's so inspiring. That's fire, dude. Like, I love it. I love that stuff. Love that story. It kind of pumps me up and fuels me up too, right? To be a better self and not just winning or get the external trophies, but internally it builds more longevity in that way of a sense of yourself.
Yeah, and I felt like too, again, like I was going full throttle. I was, you know, making a lot of income, and I felt like that was like something for me more than it was for them, meaning that I just wanted to give them something because I felt empty inside, and so I wanted to feel my own internal gratefulness. So it really did help, and they're so special to me, those kids. Yeah, it was cool.
That's so tight, dude. That's like a lot
Logistics was on there, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention. Yeah, she was in the team, right?
Yeah, she was. I mean, we're close friends today. She's my sister for life, and I created some really great relationships because they were just like Logan. They were all ahead of their time. You know, Logan's been a dope B-girl way before she blew up in our scene. Like, she's been breaking like that since I've seen her in 2012. You know, so it was just really beautiful to see these kids not realize how special they are.
And then just for the viewers, Logan is logistics.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's still killing it till this day,
dude. She's so nasty, bro, and like breaking again is like one of the she's obviously a killer beagle, one of the best to honestly ever do it, in my opinion. And but she also freestyles and choreographs on that same type of level. She also sings. She's so Filipino.
Nice.
Damn Filipinos.
Yeah, Filipinos. They're very knowledgeable. They're good at a lot of different crafts. So.
Fucking everything. I'm half Filipino, so I'm only half good at shit. It's bullshit. Like, I got to try extra hard to be freaking a Filipino. It sucks.
Oh man, I'm not Filipino though. I'm Chinese, Laos, and Cambodian. So.
Oh, you got the all styles. You the Sizzler, baby, of Asians. Let's go.
Yes, all style. That's something I kind of wish I tapped into more as I was learning back in my 20s. I just got into breaking only, and I did like a couple drop-in classes, but never really stuck with it. But yeah, dude. No, I love breaking. It definitely. I keep pulling it back. So I stop. There's pinnacles where I stop for like 6 months to a year. I come back to it because I practice. I love this stuff, right? And then This is my third time coming back into it, and I was like, as I was aging, I think I got back into around right in 2019 after a Silverback jam. Me and my homies went to Florida, went to that jam. I was like pretty heavy at the time too, and so then I have 3 kids, by the way, so you know a lot of different pavements. I wouldn't change anything, but other than just stopping, going, which is
Yeah.
going right. And so one thing, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna start training. So I trained like all of 2019. 2020 comes along. I was like, I'm gonna hit this this jam out in Vegas. Alchemy, it was like a 3 versus 3, but then COVID happened and everything shut down and that thing stopped. Right.
So you never went to the jam?
So I never went to the jam.
Oh,
Funny,
damn. My man's been saving up too, because Portland to Vegas is a flight. I got it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's only like 2 hours away from here, or 2.5 or something like that. It's funny because it was actually Kareem's jam that he was throwing with Alchemy Dance Studio, right? And this is before I really met Kareem, like really close to him and stuff like that. But now, anyways, I was gonna kill it, do this and this. I practice hardcore, and then I kind of stopped. Now I'm kind of like just kind of paving around right now, trying to stay consistent. And then created. I was like, I want to make content when I'm at jams, at events, and kind of talk to people that I probably would never think I've talked to, which happened at the last freestyle. It wasn't not the one last year, the one a year before that. And I just wanted that. I was like, this is my first freestyle ever, right? So I never went. I never had homies or people that were like, let's go to this jam. And so I was like, dude, let's go. Got, I work, so I got some money in my pocket and wanted to go check out this jam, and just saw like everybody that I looked up to or seen on videos and stuff, and like, dude, it was so crazy. Yeah, and I just started saying what's up to everybody.
Oh, heck yeah. That first one's always an experience, isn't it?
Oh, dude, it was, and it was nervous coming to people saying what's up. Went up to like, Rock's Right, Gravity.
Oh, just living legends, man.
Just saying what's up and stuff like that. And then I made a couple content in that when I was there, which was kind of cool. Toski, those guys. Oh man, so dope. Anyways, now I'm just like, okay, cool. When I meet you or seen whoever down there, like there's people, dude, like, down the road living life, doing things themselves. And so kind of take my perspective from those nervous and jitters to come up to talk to somebody there, but I just always picture in my head, like, just be like a human being, go say what's up, talk to him,
Oh, dude, I still freak out, man. Like I've been a fan, like Kareem's my brother, right? But I'm still a fan of Kareem because he was my Iron Man when I first started breaking. When I got introduced to Marvel, Kareem was Iron Man, also known as B-Boy Muscles. No, but he still to this day, like, I still freak out when I go to the jams. Like, it's like so lame because I don't really believe in like the way fame is. Like, I can meet, I met like Stevie Wonder, he don't remember, but I met him. I've met, Robin Williams. But I didn't freak out. But then like I'll see my homies like Kareem, or I'll see Ruin or Kenny or Poe, and I'll still freak out to this day, even though I've known, I've known them, or I'm in the same crew. But there's such like, they introduced us to who we really are, right? And so you go to a jam, like, I get you, bro. I'll start freaking out and start crumping and shit too, because I'm like, oh shit, it's Rock's Right shit, They're superheroes, so it's cool.
Hell yeah,
I'm with
dude.
you. I'm with you on that fan boat.
Oh, dude, sick. And then, yeah, man, I wrote a whole topic down. I'm losing track from whatever I was talking about. I think we're just freestyling right here. And, thank you for doing that. And, bro, dude, man.
Yeah, what other questions did you have, or what else topics did you want to chat about?
Oh, gosh. Well, your inspiration, what inspires you to do what you do?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my February 28th, 1999, it was Holly Lackey. The next one was Kareem, right? Like, I think I'd realized for my entire career is that the inspiration changes constantly. But right now, currently, it's raising the consciousness, or raising the energy of this world, and bringing more light as much as I can. So yeah, I mean, over time, like, you can, I still obviously do it for myself to be able to do that, right? But over time, like, you're gonna have to, like you said, it's a relationship with your craft, right? You'll go in and out of it, And for me, yeah, it is my job, but also it's beyond that for me now. I used to do it for myself. I'm pretty content about myself, and I still build my craft every day, but it's only to raise the vibration of this earth and to figure out different ways of doing it, whether it's going to the grocery store and helping someone with their bags to their car, or opening a door for someone, or making a piece of content that goes viral. I prefer to make content just because it's it hits more people that way, but I will never stop to open the door for someone, right? So
Fire.
my inspiration is you, is the person watching this. It's
Right.
it's everything. So yeah.
Dang, damn, dude. What kind of challenges you had during this journey? Like, did you ever have a failure that set you back, but
Oh,
now it's
so
a
many.
blessing in a disguise?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about those forever just to stay on track with what we've been talking about. I've tried to be Kareem's friend for so long, but I think me trying so hard was so off-putting. Like I failed at that so many times that like we're this close now. Like I'm in Rock Force. I tried to get into Rock Force crew my whole life, and the day I started eating and giving up dance, and I used fucking humor, they put me in. And most of it's out of pity. It's just because my boy's more. It's like, just put my boy D in. But like, no, I failed so much. I mean, I've started companies and lost. My recent one was like I lost around like almost like a $250,000 on a company. I'm overdoing it. It was probably more like 150, but it was just like it was just like I've lost so much. I've lost so many battles. But the I don't know, their challenges have been so much, but I think I'm so ignorant that I didn't realize growing up those were challenges. Like I think I looked at them like, oh, it didn't work out, I'll try again tomorrow. Like, because like I wanted to be Kareem's friend so bad that one day, I just kept going. I never looked at it any other way. So yeah, I think challenges are probably my favorite thing ever because it just feels like I'm getting closer.
Yeah, no, for sure. Those setbacks just kind of, tee you off to get even bigger and better, right?
Yeah, I mean, to talk about like pretty like simple mainstream ones, when you get into content, you know, I remember the first time I was on Sing and Dance and I got MySpace hate. And like, or like I posted YouTube videos and people didn't like it, and you start, or you get like a shit ton of views, or then you don't. Like I battled those classic things, but I realized at the end of the day that it's like, none of it mattered, because at the end of the day, like when you look at everything you've done, the shit you even cared about, isn't it like you don't care about it now and it's just practice, right? Like all of it was just, whether it was the final product or not, if you look at your entire past up to this moment, every dot was just a practice. And it's like, if you think about it, the more I would have done those practice moves, the more I would enhance what I am right now. So I think if we look at challenges as nothing, not even obstacles, it's just like we're all figuring stuff out. And one day we're going to die and we're going to realize that none of it mattered. And so it was just all practice and how I felt at that time. So I think the more we follow what feels right and what inside of what we're doing, then we just keep practicing in that. And then before you know it, you've lived a pretty fulfilled life. Because we're all just going to cycle through this bad boy. I just look at all of it as like, challenges, practice, rehearsal, comedy. It's all the same definition for me.
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
Weight. I'm battling weight right now. I feel you on that, baby.
Oh,
That's a challenge.
I know.
But it's pretty fun.
Damn, dude, that's so inspiring. It's just so. It's really as cliche as it sounds, right? A lot of this stuff, all this stuff, is like you work hard, but still be the same person who you are, and just keep growing from there. Man,
it's fun if you're working hard at something that you enjoy, right?
Yeah,
like
I agree. Yes.
Like that's fun. And then it's almost like so I got like air flares before flares, and I've battled getting flares my whole life. And it was like I tried so hard. And you ever try to move so hard and it's like hard work, but you're not getting it, but then like you fuck around with some homies trying to do it, and the fuck around gets you what you were looking for.
Yes.
That is so impactful. So hard work, I don't know if it does pay off if you're beating yourself up during the hard work. But if it's like fun hard work, that should be the payout enough.
That's funny you said that. Yeah, like at a practice, some of the homies like, yeah, I got like I don't know, I recently got tap mills this year, right? And so I messed around. I'm like, yeah, I got tap mills. You know, I've been slowly practicing it, like during random times and stuff. And like mentally, I'm like, yeah, I just kind of messing around. Yeah, I got it. Let me hit it. And like, I didn't expect to hit it, but then I did hit it. I hit like 3 rounds at one time. I was like, I was just being, you know, kind of cocky with them, just messing around. Like, yeah, I got it. Let's go, let's do it. I was waiting for them to talk trash, but you know, I was like, oh, dude. Everyone's like, oh, what? So
Dude, those are my favorite moves, bro. You be like, fuck, you know you can't do it. You're like, fuck, you watch me do this shit. And then you fuck around. See, the fuck around gets you far, man. That's so tight. Congrats on your German taps, bro. That's dope.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
yeah,
if that's racially correct, but that's what they were called in my day.
Yeah, they
Who
were
gave it
German
to the
taps,
Germans?
right? Because I remember when I was, yeah, then they just say tap mills or something like that.
Yeah, we're all one world now. Yeah, it's tap mills, dude. I still can't do any. Maybe it's because I'm trying. You're right. Maybe I need to be cocky and go to my homies like, fuck you, I got this tap. Well, check it out.
Yeah, dude. Man, gosh,
That's cool.
That's yeah. You got into a couple with the industries, a couple movies, right? I know one of them, Battle of the Year, had everybody in it.
That's the lowest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes ever.
But it's such a the impact of the story is so, you know, in the community. So
Okay. I was like, there was a shit ton of plot holes. The B-boys were great. I was the worst ever. I think I got an Oscar for the worst actor ever to never like that was my first and last time acting. But yeah, that was a film. It was a film, and the B-boys were dope as fuck. Yeah. If I could take one thing out of that film, it would just be myself. There's a challenge.
Dope, dude. That was funny. Speaking of other movies, I was actually watching, I think about a year or two ago, watching some movies with my daughter. She was like 3 at the time or 2 or something like that. Alvin and the Chipmunks. You guys did a scene on I don't know if it was the third one or second one, I forgot, but that was kind of cool.
Squeakquel, I think it was the second one. Yeah, that was with Quest Crew right after we did America's Best Dance Crew in 2009. Yeah, it's so funny because it's like Battle of the Year took a lot of time and it was like a lot of work and I sucked at it. And then the Squeakquel was like I did barely anything, but it was like the biggest residual check forever because it's a kids movie, right? Kids movies are like the best ones. Now they both rated the same on Rotten Tomatoes, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, tell your daughter she's not gonna get that time back. So if she finds out that the movie was bad, it's also my fault.
Oh no, she loved it, dude.
That's cool. It's a good
it
kids
like
movie, man.
Multiple times, so cool, man. Dude, there's so much I definitely want to speak about. You know, definitely. One thing I want to mention, the content. You know, so you know how you're pushing out content in YouTube, and you did mention like kind of like all the people talking trash, like back in MySpace days and all that other things. How do you mind block, and how do you know, kind of embrace like the commentary or the comments, all the negativity? What do you do to keep yourself, you know, positive?
Now that changed, but now I would say focusing on the intention and purpose, like why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? So it's like what am I trying to do? Because I've made pieces of content that people wanted and then I felt like unfulfilled. I've made stuff that I loved that people didn't like. I've also made stuff that I love that people did like. So I try to aim for that feeling.
Okay.
Like that's why I said following your joy and your fucking like hypeness inside, like whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
You can call it light. That keeps me going, right? Knowing that it has to get done. Like it has to, like this has to be made for a reason. And I'm just like kind of like that's the most important part. The second one, what I would say is just honestly, it's just fucking fun. I like making, especially when you're making stuff with people. Like it's so much fun to collaborate and connect with people, and you know, so yeah, you're gonna flop, dude. Like, right? Like let's take this. Let's take Ives, right? Ives is one of the top B-boys in the world, right? Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. And people saw the outcome of this past Red Bull BC1. You know how many times Ives went out for Red Bull BC1? You know how many times Ives lost the jam, right? But it's the same thing. It's like that can come to you, But when you focus on the overall objective, when Ives realized though it's bigger, it's not about winning or losing. It's about myself and giving. Then he just kept doing it, and that's all we see. But we get so much, right? I just gotten comments about his breaking, but I don't know. I always look at it like if you get comments about your shit, good or bad, someone's talking about you, right?
Yeah.
I remember I hated it on this dude for so long. Like someone from my past, like me and my homies, we'd hate on this dude for so long that it's like we definitely love this dude because we fucking talk about him all the time, right? Like whether like if you hate something that much, then you have to love it. So I kind of look at it as like it's not really hate; it's just energy being given to you, and you can look at it however you want to look at it. If it fuels you and you want to get back, cool, that's gonna work out. But you're gonna feel, you know, over time a little like chasing around the wheel. So. Kind of look at everything as like, oh, people care, right? I would rather have one shit comment than no comment at all, right? If there was like no one on this earth, that would suck. But if there was one person and he was just constantly talking shit, at least you have something to play with. You know what I mean? Like that sounds a little pause, but yeah, yeah. So it's kind of looking at it like that. It's still energy being given to you.
Hell yeah, dude. You know, you mentioned of Icy Ives, right? You created recently that short film video of him. Were you that?
Yeah, I helped him work with him on it. Yeah.
Oh, dope. No, that's super fire. Love the content. Love how it, you know, the story of it. In the end, it's just him. You know, it's just all these accolades. But what do you do after you achieve certain accolades or hit this tier, you know?
Yeah, I remember when I was doing the math for that because there's like a percentage chart,
right?
And like I did very like loose math. I was like, okay, how many? You know, I was like, okay, how many freaking? We got to like he had a 0.38% chance in the beginning. Like it was like, okay, if I'm gonna start from the bottom to win Red Bull BC, want to win all these jams, there's like 30 cities. There's an average of 30 b-boys, 35 cities, an average of 30 b-boys. I was so wrong. It's actually way more than that. It's actually, there was way more b-boys than an average of 30 per jam. And so it was actually way lower. And then you take into consideration, like, well, even if he gets to the top 16, the percentage goes down because you still got to win 4 more battles. So it's like the percentage was so low. And I thought that was amazing. Like when I was looking into that, I was like, damn, like this percentage is shit. No one would want to do anything if their chances were 0.16% chance. That's less than 1%. That's less than 10% of 1%. No, I'm sorry. That's less than 20% of 1%. Like that's like so. That's like that number is so defeating. But when you look at it, and it's not for that, or when you're a b-boy, you don't even give a fuck about the numbers. You just want to do it. There's so much joy in that. Oftentimes people say there's like ignorance is bliss, and that could be ignorance. But if you're aware of that and you can practice ignorance, then you're kind of just left with bliss. And I think that's what Ives accomplished.
Hell yeah, dude. That's so cool. That's so great. And that's something that, you know, all of us should try to achieve, right? The bliss. So, yeah, dude. Wow. Well, jumping to your career, I'm going to actually wrap it up here shortly. I don't know if you have any questions for me or anything like that, or anything to speak about. We're just freestyling right now. There's topics in that I kind of wrote, but here, one of them, the questions here actually is, you know, it's kind of like goals and projects, right? Is there ever one big crazy goal that you still want to achieve?
Not necessarily. I would say dispassion and passion working at the same time towards a project. So my goal is to like just be fulfilled with no goal. I think that would be really cool.
Okay. It's a never ending, right?
Yeah, I think, I mean, in a literal sense, I guess that is my literal. Yeah, my goal is to be fulfilled with no goal. Because I think just races will be ran naturally that way. And I'll just be having a blast doing it. So, okay. Yeah, that's mine. How about you?
Me?
You're like, mine's simple. I just want to post this video.
Right. No, there's so much more to it, right? And so, you know, not just starting of the content of a podcast. I definitely want to keep creating content through storytelling, but there's a lot of other creative outlets I want to create within content. Like I mentioned, watching you back in, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I was doing little content stuff, but nothing like creativity as much as that. And so I kind of dabble into a little bit breaking stuff, and then I got into like some gaming stuff, but nothing really consistent. I mean, you know, I have reasons with like taking care of my family and kids, right?
Yeah.
Working and supporting them, right? Some of the stuff I just wish I just, you know, kept going, right? Like I was getting into gaming content, walkthroughs, and all that stuff before it actually got really popping. Before people were like, if you're a gamer, oh, do you stream? Like, you know, there's a saying for it now, but before I was doing that stuff before that. But anyways, but I never really stuck at it. I did it for like a good year. Oh, no results. All right, whatever. And stuff happens. You know, doing all this work for 100 views or more or less, right, and stuff. But you know, it's just that consistency and just keep doing what I'm doing. And I love you know the breaking and the storytelling through this and more to it. And so this is something I want to build long term. And then on top of that. You know, seeing around what's going around the world, and then trying to hopefully implement some of the knowledge that I have learned to my city. You know, I definitely want to get into teaching. I used to teach like at dance studios in the past, and I definitely want to help bring the youth to a higher level where
Heck
I
yeah.
seen like, you know, out in Vegas, all the youth breaking tours, all that stuff. I'm like,
Dude, they're
it's
killing it. Yeah.
right.
You need to bring that to Portland,
Insane.
man, especially with your kids. Do
Oh.
your kids dance?
So they do traditional dancing of Laos. They do Laos dancing right now.
Oh,
My 8-year-old, she does like she does a lot of YouTube. She just learned like the red dance. You know the red.
no, what's the, now you gotta show
Princess
it.
Red on Disney.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And my homegirl, that's Kylie Control,
Anyways,
or
yeah.
Control,
So
yeah.
that's what she's really into right now, and she learned the dance through YouTube, and then she's just kind of self-learning. I'm like, yeah, just go ahead and look at these videos and start practicing it. And I think she just learned the touch dance. I think it's called touch. It's like. So anyways,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, I've seen that. Oh, that's
and
cute, man.
and
That's
so
cool.
she does want to get breaking. So I guess that's another goal of mine. It was like, hey, maybe I'll enter a battle with her one day in the future. You know, it'd be pretty sweet.
Oh, the LeBron and Bronny. Let's go.
Yes, yes. And so,
That's dope, dude. I mean, to go back on that, I know you said like having kids, right? That was like something that I mean, I feel like that's the ultimate creative for a human is to create another human. So that's really dope. And then the fact that you kind of you pass down some rhythm genes, that's pretty dope, dude. That's cool, right?
yes, yes.
Oh, father daughter fucking battle, a 2v2, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
The
That would
ultimate
be,
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be super sick, dude. And then that, you know, that's just one niche of it, and then you know, hopefully, yeah, there's a few other things in my mind too that I want to, the creative outlet, bring it to life, right? And so, yeah, I got a lot of stuff built up in my head. I'm like, okay, how do I bring it to life? How to bring it to life? Yeah,
Yeah, can I ask you a question real quick?
yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Anything.
cool. How do you maintain like you got this show going on, right? Which I have to say thank you so much for doing this, giving a platform for b-boys like Kareem and you know like our community a platform to share. That's really dope of you.
Oh,
But like my question to you is how do you maintain that balance between being a partner, a
right.
father, a dancer, a creator?
Yeah, so little dabble into my life, right? And so I work full time W-2, just you know help support fam, da da da. Definitely take the time to create and you know do podcasts like this, edit videos. I have 3 kids actually, so taking that, my wife, spouse, and then I also do real estate as well too. So I'm a
Wow.
realtor here in Portland, right? And so for me to balance all of it, dude, it's a lot of free, you know. Not everyone should do it, but it's a lot of freestyling, right? Just kind of like take certain days, like, okay, one day I'm going to learn this, make sure I learn, and then the next day, okay, get off work, take care, make sure all the family's good, and then just video edit and try to post something. Try this, yeah, as much as I can. Hopefully down the road, what I would love to do is, you know, have editors that will help because that takes the most time. But I tried like AI. Oh, for the short,
The AI editor, it was too random.
it's so random. Man.
Yeah,
Like,
V1. It's version 1, bro. You gotta let that one
Yeah.
pass a little bit.
and then yeah, it's just missing like the b-boy essence, you know, like the breaking essence on some of the value stuff I try to post versus like AI. Like yeah. Anyways, it doesn't work as well. Hopefully, yeah. After version 2, maybe.
I think that's so beautiful. You said a key word that like was able to accomplish everything, which is freestyle. And then right away I thought of like, okay, he's living in the moment. In order to pull out that gratuitous amount of missions, objectives, and responsibilities, That makes sense. Like if you're not in the moment, I almost feel like you'd probably destroy yourself because then it's like you're constantly
Yeah.
thinking, but you have to be in the moment because you're dealing with people, right? So
Yeah.
that's cool that you're that part of your b-boy genes are like constantly being used, the freestyle aspect of it. So that's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, thank you
Good
for
for you.
listing that. And when you mentioned the b-boy genes, like I use that for when I'm learning real estates, realtor, whatever stuff. I had to learn the basics and the fundamentals first, right? And then I can slowly freestyle my way or like, advance it in the way I would and stuff like that.
I
And
don't know why in my mind when you're like, yeah, I use my b-boy like side for real estate. Right away, I thought like, does he have like a New York accent? He's like, hey, yo, what's up, son? You trying to buy a house? Hey, what's up, son? You need this house, son? Come get this house, though, son. I don't know why in my mind that was like, hey, what the fuck? You want to beef it over this house, son? Give me 5%. Give me 7%.
yeah, there you go. That's a hustle mindset.
I don't know why that's what I thought. And also I don't know why I just disrespected every New York accent ever, but we out here.
Yeah. No, that's the comedic side of you. It's all good. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, you got to snap into the moment, the character, what you gotta be at that time, right? And so, like when you mentioned balancing the family, the spouse, is just gotta know what she wants in me to help provide that day, dinner prep, or kids go to they go in gymnastics. Gotta just it's a lot of sacrifice of sleep and a lot of self time, right? And so
Yeah, well, I imagine too, and honestly, dude, that's so cool that like you are still able to even pull this off. So you deserve an award, my good man, and thank you and congrats again on everything that you're building and the family you're creating and created. And yeah, shout outs to you and all the dads out there, especially like in the 30s that like, yo, I can still break, I can still do this, and you can, right? Like
right.
Morris is like the biggest B-Boy Morris is the biggest inspiration to me when it comes to like our age and still doing it. Like this dude won a Red Bull BC1 Cypher USA finalist like when he was like 37, 38. And then right away we're like, okay, I'm going on that next Monday, I'm training. Right? Like it's so cool. And we can, right? LeBron's 40. LeBron James was 40, right? And he's still killing it. So it's cool that you're still out there training, getting them tap mills, because that's cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Definitely want to get air flares though. That's my goal.
Dude, after 40 more pounds, I'll be getting those back too. So it's a race. Come see me, son. Come see me.
I'll make sure I pop up that YouTube tutorial of you, dude. How to do the air flares.
Oh, bro, 50 pounds ago, and 50 pounds ago, and my shorts were twice as long back then. Good time.
You could do one of those like before and now, or like how they do the side by side reenact the videos.
I'll go viral for the wrong reasons, Tony. I don't know if I want that to happen just yet.
This what happens with age. So
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Dude. D-trix, dude, it's such an honor to have you on the show. Such a blessing. Before we end the show, I like to do what's called a cipher round. So it's like 5 questions, whatever we can think of. You down?
Yeah. So just quick fire blast. Got you.
Yeah. So let's hit with the cipher round. D-trix, first question: what is your favorite breaking move?
It's not a move, but you get it.
Yeah, you could spin. I mean, technically, you could spin on anything, right?
That's how it pause.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song or artist you like to listen to?
Rakim.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Dope. Third question: are you reading any books?
I've never read a book.
Audiobooks? None.
Nah.
Okay. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Don't mind it. 50-50.
You don't mind it. Okay.
If it's there,
Okay. If it's like in the yeah.
But it's not my first choice, nor is it my second or third.
Your fifth topping.
If it's there though,
Okay.
right? And oftentimes if it's the day after, I'm down.
So cold pizza.
Cold pineapple pizza. Actually, a cold pizza. I'm fat. I'll eat anything.
If you can, last question. If you can enter a competition for 2 versus 2, do you know who that partner would be?
Morris.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I say that because he's like a brother to me, and he's perhaps the funniest person I know is B-Boy Morris. Like the funniest person. So when you're dancing with that dude, 1, 2, and he'll also bring it, right? Like he's gonna win his rounds. I'll lose mine, but he'll carry us. And Morris is just the funniest and best collaborator. Like he's so fucking great. So yeah, B-Boy Morris. Rock Force, baby.
Yes. Dude, thank you for being on the show. If once again, a lot of jam-packed knowledge that you brought to the show. If people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
Yeah, my phone number is 818-218-8626. That's so stupid. That was funny. Never. Yeah, you can find me Instagram, D-trix, TikTok, D-trix, or YouTube. You can just type in D-trix. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, fire, dude. I'll leave all in the description below. B-Boy D-trix. Once again, I wish we can chop it up longer. There's so much more that you unravel, but there's more that I would like to discuss. But, dude, thank you for being on the show once again. D-trix.
Thank you, Tony.
Like,
Much respect,
share,
brother.
Follow. See you on the next one. Peace.
Later.
And so, but I just got stem cell injections like almost 2 weeks ago. And so now it's like healing. Bro, stem cells crazy.